Water is one of the most important resources found on Earth. It is an important substance on Earth and the lifeline of all living creatures. It is one of the priceless resources available on Earth. It is a basic necessity for humans. Water is equally important for the existence of animals and plants. The water cycle plays a crucial role in maintaining the ecological balance. Most of the earth is covered by water, yet only a fraction of it can be used for several human activities. Water is essential for the survival of all living creatures. That is the reason why till today, most human civilizations have been established around the water resources. We generally consider food, clothing, and shelter as the basic necessity. But in reality, to cater to all these needs without water is impossible. Since time immemorial, there has been no substitute for and never will be. The significance of water can be understood by the direct correlation of water levels with climate change. In short, we can consider that there is barely any activity that can be completely accomplished without water. But, according to research studies conducted by the Human Rights Council under the United Nations, observed scarcity and tension in several water resources. Rivers, streams, and aquifers are drying up. Potable, fresh water is a crucial resource to lead a healthy human life. Yet, 1.1 million people face shortage of water and around 2.7 million people experience scarcity of water for a month annually. Water shortage gravely impacts food grain production. What is a farmer supposed to do if in such a situation there is also a shortage of rainfall? How can the farmer grow crops? How does he survive the tough tides of life? This train of thought gave birth to a revolutionary idea, the roots of which are curtailed for the betterment of mankind. The originator of this revolutionary idea is Mr. Mansukh Bhai Suvagia, a farmer by birth and industrialist by profession. The common problems faced by the farmers across regions inspired him to initiate the water revolution. From being a farmer from Saurashtra to an industrialist, Mr. Mansukh Bhai Suvagia laid the stones of a check dam. He successfully built a small check dam without any help or technological equipment. After that, he motivated the villagers to build similar check dams without any external aid. Through his foresight and application of practical knowledge, he established a community, a workforce, and gathered funds. These became foundational pillars for the development of his revolutionary idea.
Namaste. Myself Mansukh Suvagia. I am the president of Jalkranti Trust Rajkot. Khadpipli village in the district of Junagadh is my birthplace. According to my knowledge, in Saurashtra, Gujarat, before 1999, farmers dug around 200 to 500 bore wells. It costed crores of rupees to dig those wells and villages were drying up, and yet we did not find water. Due to drastic water scarcity, crops, farmers, villagers, cow and cow herd suffered greatly. God made me his medium and promoted me to think that we need to build 5 to 50 check dams and around 2 ponds in every village. But the state and central government did not have any plans for the same. I took inspiration from the glorious history of our country, India, and established my philosophy of my life. I carved a lens that eliminates questions hindering progress. These questions will only disrupt your life, industry, villages, nature, culture, and our nation. And I started observing the water problems through that very lens.
This is Jamka, a small village in the district of Junagadh, with a population of 2,700 people. In this small village was born a revolution, water revolution. The populace is majorly dependent on agriculture and animal husbandries. The livelihood of the villagers is majorly dependent on animals, thereby they consider them as their family. A revolution that had the answer to the lakhs of problems faced by thousands of villagers. Under this scheme, they built 2 ponds and 51 check dams with a height of 1 to 4 meters and with a capacity of 7 lakh cubic meters. The costing of this project was around 10 lakh rupees. Mansukh Bhai personally visited the villagers and explained the benefits and uses of these check dams. He also explained how the community workforce and fund will aid in making the check dam at minimal costs. Even after 20 years, the check dams are as good as new and are still functioning perfectly to their full capacity.
Village farmer says that earlier, because of scanty rainfall, the crops used to dry even during the rainy season. But now, thanks to the check dams constructed, Chunilal and farmer says they can farm 3 crops in year's time. As a result, the agricultural prosperity reached to its 100% efficiency. Village has multiplied by 5. Cow herds, farmers are all happy and satisfied. On the basis of water revolution, the village has also attained growth and prosperity in animal husbandry. The agricultural sector has noticeably benefited due to increased number of cows. The Water Revolution Trust has successfully built more than 3,000 check dams in around 300 villages of Gujarat. 4,000 old quarries have been used to store the rainwater and granted our nation the gift of water revolution.
Mansukh Bhai met several farmers to evaluate and assess their farmlands himself. Based on the evaluation, he decided to build check dams in these villages. He went from house to house and assured people so that they understand importance of water and the benefits of the plan. He motivated the villagers and said that at least one person from every family should participate in the plan. He not only inspired the people to build the check dams, but spent around more than 500 days to 150 nights working in the field with them. He also made sure that the people who are giving in their time and effort to build the check dams will be provided meals during that time. Thus, by the hard work of 500 men and women, in around 10,000 days, they were able to build all the check dams. Under the Water Revolution scheme, Jalkranti Trust has successfully built more than 3,000 check dams in around 300 villages. Rajpara village from Bhavnagar district is one such village. This village is a remarkable example in the entire water revolution of Gujarat. The question remains as to how did all of this happen? Let's know more about this from the people of the village.
My name is Arvind Bhai Dhamalia, village Rajpara, district Bhavnagar. Before the year 2000, there was a huge drop in the availability of water. The condition was so bad that people did not even have potable drinking water. The youngsters left farming, shifted towards city to earn money and sustain. After 2000, with the help of Mansukh Bhai and Mulji Bhai, the construction of check dams started in our village. We were able to build 127 check dams within a year by the help of the villagers. The development of the check dam has not only resulted in potable agriculture, but also provided 5 villages with a sweet potable water.
127 check dams were built in the village with the help of community workforce and funds in a year. Even today, they are still functioning perfectly to their full capacity. Come, let's now document the experience of another such village, Lunidhar, situated in the district of Amreli. Lunidhar reflects how, under the leadership of Mr. Mansukh Bhai Suvagia, they observed a huge leap of growth in agriculture. How did this happen? Let's hear it from the villagers.
I am Bharat Bhai Vaigad from Lunidhar village located in the district of Amreli. If I talk about the situation before 2009, there was a revenue of around 2 crores annually through the agriculture in the entire village, and villagers also used to suffer from drought. We decided to take a step toward water conservation and invited Mr. Mansukh Bhai in 2009. It was after the collaborative efforts with him that Lunidhar village built 55 check dams in a period of time. The water preserved through these plants and collaboration is today filled in a land mass of around 217 acres with a depth of 5 to 7 feet. The efforts have reflected golden result where the land area of 10,500 acres could produce 2 to 3 crores of crops, today generates around 20 to 25 crores worth of crops. Irrespective of winter or summer, the farmers are able to cultivate crops throughout the year. This has also helped nearby villages to gain 5 crore profit annually, and this decent increase from 2 to 25 crore in wealth and prosperity is astounding. We thank Mansukh Bhai for water preservation, through which Lunidhar gained employment, animal welfare with prosperity.
It is magnificent how the marvels of Mr. Mansukh Bhai and the efforts of Lunidhar has resulted in a hike of 1200% economical growth. Let's move ahead with the same progression towards another village, Morvale, from district Amreli. There was a time when people were reluctant of getting their daughters married in this village. Let's visit the village and know how water revolution was able to provide a solution for this prevailing issue.
I am Dhanji Bhai Davda, village Monville, sub-district Dhari, district Amreli. In our village, before 2000, the situation was such that we did not even have water to drink at that time. Under such circumstances, nobody was ready to get their daughter married off in our village. We met Mr. Mansukh Bhai in the year of 2000. He visited our village, collected all the villagers, brought awareness and explained the benefits of water revolution. Together we built 5-6 check dams, out of which 2-3 check dams have a height of 15 to 20 feet. After the construction of the check dams, the problem revolving around shortage of water were resolved forever, and the rivers are now filled with water throughout the year.
Innumerable check dams, where at a point there was no availability of drinking water, whereas today those villages have rivers flooding with abundance through the year, is no less than a miracle. Now, people take pride in getting their daughters married in Morvale. Let us understand from Mansukh Bhai himself how the ideation of water revolution was initiated.
I was 35 years old when the questions started emerging around water availability issues were increasing in Gujarat. That was when God gave me a great idea. We get water only through rains, and preserving the water is the primary solution to end the scarcity. At that moment, I was staying in Bagasra village in the district of Amreli, where a large quarry measuring 100 feet wide, 1500 feet long and a 40 feet deep had been left meaninglessly abandoned in a nearby village village named Mota Munjiasar. Near the quarry, all the rainwater was flowing into a stream and merging with the ocean. I contributed 5,000 rupees from my own pocket and asked others to help. The farmers of the village decided to come together. With everyone's hard work and efforts, we were able to turn the flow of water in the quarry in 1996. It was only in one season rain that the entire quarry was filled with water. Within a week, around 50 bore wells were filled with water. Earlier, it used to take around 2 months for the groundwater to reach the bore wells, but here we were able to fetch water within a week from the bore wells. It gave the birth to the idea of water revolution in the villages of Gujarat.
Therefore, by the far-sightedness of Mr. Mansukh Bhai, the old abandoned quarry has become an important resource of water for the people. Likewise, Mota Munjiasar and other villages nearby have been benefited from the plan, and the water crisis in these villages have been resolved.
I am Dhirubai Padaria, Mayweather village from district Rajkot. In 2003, the check dam constructed was 100 feet long and 6 feet high. Water storage and preservation has been remarkable. The check dam was built under the guidance of Mr. Mansukh Bhai and collaborative efforts and hard work of the villagers. Where government spends around lakhs of rupees and still the check dams are not able to hold that much of water, we on the other hand have built this huge check dam by spending only 65,000.
Another story revolving around the same topic also comes from a village in Amreli called Rafala. Let's hear more about it from the villagers.
I am from Rafada village. My name is Prabhaben Vekaria. Mr. Mansukh Bhai visited our village with his wife Mrs. Rasila Ben around 25 years ago and constructed 15 check dams. Both of them worked very hard in the fields, day and night, and helped the villagers in building the check dams. Mr. Mansukh has now moved to Rajkot, and it has been quite some time that we saw him, but the check dams built with his help are serving us till today.
The villagers' faith and trust in him fuels his revolutionary endeavors and motivates him to continuously work towards water preservation. Even in this village, with the help of people, he has constructed several check dams. These check dams are a living example of the hard-earned prosperity gained through their constant efforts. Pransla village of Rajkot district also received guidance through him. Dry wells, which were turned into dumping sites, started flooding with fresh water again. Let's hear from Mansukh Bhai himself. How did he make it happen?
Prashla is one of the ideal examples of the effort of water revolution. It was through the funds of Jalkranti Trust and the villagers' hard work and labor that we were able to build 21 huge check dams. Since 2021, we have observed the abundance of water in more than 50 bore wells and ponds. Water revolution has worked such wonders that 600 feet deep wells that were dry are today overflowing with the water.
This is Bhupat Bhai Vadodara, and I am the elected head of the village Prasla. Mr. Mansukh Bhai came to our village in 2003. He assessed the fields and situation himself. At that times, the wells were converted into garbage dumping areas. He made a plan of constructing a total of 21 check dams and ponds with the help of villagers' labor and efforts. Because of his thoughtful planning and marvelous execution, around 50 bore wells today are swelled with water. The problem of water in the nearby villages has been solved. These has also benefited 5 nearby villages, and the agriculture growth has been multiplied 3 times. And this is very helpful to us.
There was a time when even after digging 600 feet deep wells, we could not find a drop of water. It is on the same land that water is available on surface level. It is bewildering and no less than a wonder that all of this was possible by the construction of 21 check dams at a minimal cost. Not only Pransla but also Vadekhan, a close-by village, was also benefited from the construction of these check dams.
In 2003, the Jalkranti Trust was building check dams in Pransla. It was then we visited Vadekhan village. We were told that after independence, there have been barely any changes brought in the village. We walked for 7 kilometers and assessed a piece of land to solve the water crisis here. Through combined efforts, we built a pond in just 9 legs that was 200 meters long and 10 meters deep. Because of the check dams and this pond, the water crisis has been resolved for 8 to 10 villages. Every well and borewell in the vicinity of 15 kilometers were filled with the water.
Mansukh Bhai's efforts of making 200 meters long and 30 feet deep pond amidst 2 hills with minimal funds reflects that a problem as big as a mountain is also small against hard work and will.
I want to share a message with people of India and the entire world that agriculture, water crisis, unemployment, environmental protection are global issue. The first step towards saving our nation from such problems is preservation of water. There are several ways of preserving water. The one proposed by our trust of building check dams and ponds is one of the most efficient, cheap, and successful methods. This method does not contaminate other natural resources. Neither does it cause flooding in the village or forest area. This is my one and only message to the world that building plant check dams and ponds will definitely save the planet from upcoming water crisis.
Jalkranti Trust effectively works towards maintaining an equilibrium through a wonderful amalgamation between human needs, land, animals, forests, and water resources. Come, let us join hands with Jalkranti Trust, and along with the message, water is life, let's also preach that water is the future.